Hollers and Hills of West Virginia. It's Heavenly Hills Homestead with another episode. Stay tuned. Boom! All right, ladies and gentlemen, ladies, we have got some work to do today. What is some of that work that we're going to be doing? Well, we got to water, we got to check on plants, we got to adjust these poles, we got to plant, we got a lot to do. So let's get to it. I will tell you this, I went on ahead and started to buy better equipment to do the videos on, right? So I'm going to have a gimbal that I'll put my phone on. I think we're going to get a new phone so that we can do better video. Not only better video, because this one does pretty good. I mean, it's an iPhone 10 XR, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. Anyways, phones do, imagine, like, just in comparison to a lot of things, phones do a pretty impressive job, right? And so we're just going to use the phones. I got to go over here and undo the greenhouse. We're going to use the phones. I did buy a better camera, a DSLR camera, the Canon M50, I think is what we called it, or I think is what it's called, rather. Not what we called it. Anyhow, that should help quite a bit, and it'll help, you know, make good pictures too. So it's got a multi-purpose kind of deal. Sorry, I'm talking not to you guys. Anyhow, so we got that. Been hot in here too, man. That beat is beat over. Good night living. We're gonna water everything real quick. So, all right. Anyways, there's some blooms and stuff. Oh man, it's looking great in here. So, anyways, we did get the Canon M50. I believe that's probably the better choice from everything I've read and everything I've seen. The Canon M50 should be really good. Sorry for all the movement and stuff. And so hoping to bring you guys better quality. Now, what we'll do is we'll use the phones and the gimbals and all that stuff for daily vlogging, and then our more serious, in-depth look at things we'll use the camera for. Bought a couple other little things to help with doing YouTube videos and stuff. I want to bring you guys the content you deserve, because you guys are what makes the channel successful. And without you guys, the channel kind of just fades away into non-existence, right? It's just not there anymore. So in order to help, in order to mark our 1-year anniversary and all of our subscribers that we have, almost 500, guys, you're doing great. Thank you for helping me out. I appreciate it. We want to hit that 1,000 subscriber mark, so I'm going to make a goal to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of summer. All right, guys, so I didn't hit my 1 year 1,000 subscriber mark, but let's try to get it at the end of summer. Let's see if we can't get the way off 1,000, right? Or the march to way off 1,000 subscribers, some kind of crazy mess like that, right? Let's see if we can get that. Let me show you these plants up here and why we need water. Guys, we'll figure that little part out, but you can see they need water and they need shade. And that's something else that I bought today was more shade cloth. Now, what I did is I bought a shade cloth for up here and a shade cloth for my tile plant, right? Then I bought a shade cloth that will go in exchange of this one right here on the greenhouse that is a 70% shade cloth, only because I'm trying to keep it cooler in there. And if I can keep the 70% of that sun out of the middle section, it should keep some of the heat out, I'm thinking. Even though you'll have heat getting in here and up in here, it should push some of the heat out, right? Or keep some of the heat out is what I'm thinking. So I did buy a shade cloth, a couple of them. So anyhow, you can see here, everything's looking really well right now. I'm pretty impressed. We do have to plant quite a bit of stuff up here on the porch today and everything. Walk up here and kind of take a look real quick. Then we'll do a overview this evening after everything's been watered and settled in and all that good stuff. But all this is coming back and it's looking really good and healthy, and I'm really excited about that. Peas are doing good. Everything up here is looking well. This tomato plant needs staked up, but I mean, all in all, you can't complain for what we got going on. So let's get the water hose plugged up. Let's get to watering, and then on with the rest of our video. Let's see. What is going on here? That boy, I'm telling you now. Something else. Something else, I tell you, something else. Alright, let's move this down. Ooh, yeah. Yes. Ooh, don't watch out here. I'm gonna move this down some and let it get the rest of them down there. We almost got the whole thing, didn't we? It didn't too bad. All right, we'll get the rest of that done, and then we'll I might be able to angle it down there, maybe, I don't know, we'll see. Anyhow, I'm gonna get it fixed. Got a sign from Prevogenics. We're gonna hang up real quick, and gonna start using it in all of our videos. So yeah, just gonna start using it in all the videos. Trying to think where to hang it at here. I guess up here in this corner probably be the best spot, and then, you know, if we do anything back there in the pumpkin patch today, we'll take it back there. Anyways, here's what it says. Oh, hang on a minute. There it is. Breaking world records. We'll face it out on this side facing the road so people can see it that way. But yeah, it looks pretty good. And then, like I say, we'll use it back here on the other fences when we shoot some other videos and things. But today we're gonna put that up there so everybody can see it when they drive by. So, all right, let's get that done and on to the next. When they pass by, here's what they're gonna see. Right there. And they'll have the giant green squash growing right there behind it. It's gonna look good. It's gonna look really good. I'm excited. Just need to get my coupon code down here below, and the certifiedprevogenics.com where you need to go to. But yeah, if get that there, everybody can see it and stuff, and might help out a little bit. So anyhow, let's get to it. I know we're probably behind the ball right now as far as this next little project goes. But I don't care, because you see all that there? Well, all that's going to turn into potatoes. That's what all was left from this winter, so we're going to grab those. And I've got an idea. Now, do I know if this idea is going to work or not? No. I've seen the idea from other people, so I mean, I assume it works because it looked like it did. They're taking hay and straw and stuff like that, compost like stuff, and a little bit of dirt and everything, and they're building these round shaped bell things, and they're growing potatoes in them. Look pretty cool to me. So you'll take one of these right here, right, and you'll open it up to however big you need it to be. Of course, you'll put it over here in this stuff, right, and then you fill it up and you layer it, and then you put your taters in it. Well, that's going to give me a whole lot of taters. I mean, then I can just plant potatoes all in here, you know, but one of them I'll try in a column. So I'm going to set me a column up right here. We're going to put a bunch of taters and stuff in there, and then after we get all them taters in there, we'll plant the rest of them taters over in through here. So let's get to it. All right, guys, y'all's probably wondering, what are you gonna do with all these potatoes? And what are you gonna do if they all grow potatoes? That's gonna be a lot of potatoes, Ryan. Well, yeah, it's going to be. Guys, I just want to kind of hit on something very quick. Wait, baby. Our grandparents and great-grandparents, some of us, even our parents, grew up in the times that were tough, didn't have much. And that bred a need and necessity. And out of that necessity was born the horrible act of waste and being wasteful. And it's sad because they understood that they needed things to survive and live, and they didn't want to live through, you know, another Dust Bowl or a Great Depression. And so they strived to make things better for us, which made weak men. And there's a saying, you know, that it goes, hard times creates strong men, right? And strong men create good times. Good times create weak men, right? And then weak men create bad times, okay? And then it starts all over again. Bad times create strong men. Hard times create strong men, right? So we see this even still today with America and how we function and how we live. You know, hard times in the 1900s and stuff, even before the 1900s, but those hard times created strong men, very strong men. Our great-grandfathers, our grandfathers, and our fathers are unlike anything that we are. Okay, this millennial generation, we're the weakest generation since man has been in the garden with Adam and Eve, right? I mean, we're just that weak. There's other things I believe that plays a part into that. We won't get into that right now today, but I do believe that you know, bad times, hard times do create strong men. And strong men, out of necessity, out of want, and the need to have better for their families, create good times. But we are so ignorant to the fact that the good time doesn't last unless we continue to stay strong, that we get weak. and we are a product of good times because we become lazy. Not because we couldn't continue to be strong men, but we just choose not to be. And so we then create hard times for our children and ourselves and our grandchildren in some cases. And it's out of that wanting to break that trend, wanting to break the chains of that literal bondage that is, as to why I am the way I am and the reason why I do what I do and why I instruct my children the way I instruct them, is because I don't want to contribute, nor my children contribute to the good times creating more weak people in this world. I don't want that. And so out of that comes this hunger and this need for more, for something raw, something pure, something I can get my hands in and feel, taste, touch, interact with on a daily basis, which is the homesteading life and growing and doing all that we do here. Now, as to why these potatoes are the way they are and everything, my daddy grew the majority of these potatoes last year, and we failed to eat them in time. They started to sprout, and some of you know that the mice got in there and ran all over, and we had a bout with those. And so we have these potatoes left over that have sprouted. And because I was raised up around my great-grandmother, who would save every butter bowl, every egg carton, even the water bottles, okay? Because I was raised around that, seen that, and understand that, I thought, we're not going to throw these potatoes out. We're going to use them and plant them. Whatever comes out of them, and that's what we will harvest. Now, I've tried to grow potatoes many a times and often failed at it from lack of knowledge, lack of understanding, and just pure laziness. I'll say that. And so, back in the wintertime, my pawpaw, he had a dream. And I still believe that we should listen to our elders. No matter how old we get, I believe our elders do contain knowledge and wisdom beyond our years and beyond our understanding. Even if they can't work an iPhone or get on the internet or whatever, I still believe that there's knowledge and wisdom there that we can glean from and should. And so my grandfather, he had a dream. And it's actually, now it's on my only pawpaw left. But he had a dream, and in that dream, he woke up telling my mama, you better plant potatoes. The next day, I got a phone call, and they said, my pawpaw, you better plant potatoes, grandson. I had this dream, and he told me about the dream, and I'm not going to go into it. But yes, we better plant potatoes. We better plant more than just potatoes. We better plant seeds of understanding, seeds of love and knowledge, and seeds of godly wisdom and things that show and point people the way. We need to plant more than just the potatoes. We need to plant more than just the seeds. We need to plant the harvest for our Lord, our Savior, our Redeemer, right? And so that goes on to a different subject, but yes, we need to plant the potatoes, and here's why. If you look everywhere, you go out to the gas stations, $4.50 plus a gallon of gas, all the way up to $7, I think, $8 somewhere, $9. They're trying to fix some of the pumps to raise it up so that the pump will accept double digits. So say $10 plus a gallon of gas. Milk will be the same way. Bread will go up. Everything will go up. Astronomical prices, and we're still giving $40 billion to Ukraine to fight off Russians and all this other malarkey, which we won't get into. And we're sitting here suffering. So yes, you better plant some potatoes. Yes, you better take that knowledge and that wisdom from your grandparents, your parents. You better apply it to your life. Take that wisdom and knowledge that's coming out of that Bible or from that preacher or from that pastor and apply it to your life, apply it to your children's life, and start growing some things, right? So anyways, we got this wheelbarrow full of potatoes we didn't eat from this winter, and we're going to plant them in all this right here, and we're going to see what kind of harvest we get. So I just wanted to talk to you about that, the reason why we chose to plant all these potatoes, and how we're going to do it. So we're going to still continue to fill up this bin. We're going to plant them over in there, and we're going to try to grow us a crop of potatoes like we've never seen before, because all my crops have always been pitiful, pitiful, pitiful. All right, guys, so got it done up. Now, I know these potatoes over here that are showing, we're gonna have to get some dirt on them. I'm well aware, and I will get some dirt on them or something on them. I'll cover them up somehow, some way. Even if I gotta bring some hay down here and just kind of like let it lay over it, we'll get that done. But we planted these in a circle all the way around, so we've got that taken care of. Now they should grow down, and they should fill up the center of that bin, is what I'm thinking. And I'll continue to add into this compost so that they can continue to grow. I'll try to add more hay and junk like that out of the ducks and out of the rabbits, or the grass clippings and stuff, so they can just continue to grow into this right here, and eventually have the whole thing full, and hopefully have nothing but potatoes growing in it. All these here, that's been tilled extensively. It's got a lot of worms in it, and I think probably 8 to 10 wheelbarrows full of compost from Wellington in that. So that is quite a bit. It was very clay, had very rocky, but hopefully we're good to go now. It ought to produce some pretty decent potatoes, I'm thinking. It's roughly 15 inches deep, so that should produce pretty well. I got the potatoes about 4 inches down, so they've got plenty of room there to do their thing. Hopefully, and produce well, I hope. We shall see what we get. If we don't get anything, no big deal. I'll plant something else in here. We'll figure out what'll grow good. Next thing we're going to do tonight, later on this evening, we're going to burn the rest of the brush up here so I can get that tilled in and start getting it situated and ready to plant up there. I'm going to plant our designer not designer, they're just some of them are eating pumpkins and some of them are decorative pumpkins. I think all the ones that I've got this year are eating pumpkins. Cinderella pumpkin, the white borer, and the blue, the Gerardale. I do have some other pumpkins I'll probably throw in there just to play around with. And I will hand pollinate at least 2 or 3 pumpkins of each variety, so I have true to variety pumpkins. Yes, you can do that even amongst all the other ones. You just got to be careful. You got to know when that female's going to open. You got to know when that male's going to open, and you do it accordingly. You tie that female off or cup her off, whatever. Make sure she's not going to open the next morning for bees. You got to make sure that the bees won't be climbing in the male, so you'll pull them off the day before. They'll open up inside the house, nothing in there to cross them in that way, and then you bring them out and pollinate your pumpkins one at a time. We'll talk about that later on, but we will be trying to do that. So yeah, we'll grow all that up there where the brush pile's at this year. Just kind of see how it does. I have a sneaky suspicion that they're going to do fairly well because of all the burning that we've done there. Turns to potash. Pumpkins love potassium. I think they're going to do fairly well there. We'll see how they do. We'll also probably grow a couple of the small but yet big Atlantic giants out of there. You know, so we'll probably have this whole thing looking like a field of pumpkins up here. We'll call it our pumpkin jungle up here in this corner of the yard this year. Next thing we got to do is we got to get this here situated and figured out so we can start planting or getting ready to plant our cucumbers and whatnot that are going to be going on these trellises. We got cucumbers, we got melons and watermelons that will be going planted on these trellises here, and so we have to start figuring out what we want to do and where we want everything at. So we have to get in here with the tiller and start doing that, but we'll save that for possibly tomorrow. Well, no, tomorrow I won't be here. We're going to be going to a graduation, so don't know how much work I'll get done here tomorrow, but might get some done. We're going to transition now to go over here back into the garden where we started planting yesterday. We're going to try to catch up on that and try to get things planted every day until everything is planted out and growing. So let's go over there and start our planting process yet again, and keep moving forward, moving this train on down the tracks. Okay, guys, so we got some more peppers in the ground. Just about got 3 full rows, almost 4 full rows of peppers. Working on 5 is what we've got. Right here is Coro de Toros, Paradiscum Alucusargacenses. Can't remember what I put at the top. Sweet pepper, mini bells, and we have some other sweet peppers down through here, the Etuda peppers and stuff. A lot of sweets. All tomatoes. We're going to be going over here. There'll be 2 full rows of tomatoes through there, and then kind of running out of room, to be honest with you. We'll have to do a row or so of tomatoes over here, and then trying to wrap it all up and let all the peppers not come any farther than this row right here. And then after that, all the rest of this will be tomatoes. All the rest of that will be squash. And of course, I probably will take tomatoes and stick them here and there throughout the whole yard, and you know, just plant them. I thought about putting tomato plants on each pole over there, you know, if I can work a way to get to them. Of course, that's going to be at the very end of the watermelon patch, so I could, you know, essentially put them over there and tie them up to each one of those fence posts all along through there. So I may end up doing that with some of them. I mean, there's 40 some varieties, and there was 40 some varieties of peppers. I'm trying to plant like 1 or 2 of each on the hots and the super hots. The mild peppers I plant, you know, roughly 3 to 5, maybe 6 of those. All the sweet peppers are getting planted 6. Only because we use so many of them here. We like them a lot, and they could sell really well, whereas hot peppers and super hots won't sell so good. Mild peppers, jalapeno and poblanos, those will sell pretty good, so of course plant more of them. But you know, just trying to watch what we do. Here's all the peppers that are left in these trays right here. Those 2 trays have been planted from, so that's all the leftover ones that we have. Here's 2 full trays here that need planted out. And then we have several plants up in the front in single pots. Probably I'll start putting those in single pots right there and selling them. $2 a pop. And then, let's see here. Need to plant out some stuff tomorrow over here. More pumpkins and things. Got to draw these 2 posts here back. I just didn't have enough rope to do it. That's why I've not done it yet. So we'll be working on that, hardening off all of our gourds. We'll be hardening those off. Next week, we will be tilling the patch over there, getting it prepped and ready to go. I do know that the fertilizer was shipped. It did not reach its destination this week like it was supposed to, but it was shipped. So hopefully we'll be getting that at the beginning of the week next week, so we can amend the rest of everything and be finalized with it and let it just set and do its thing. Pumpkins are looking really good. All of them handled the heat well today. Again, I'll have to get me some more string. We'll fix those 2 posts right there, pull them back. I already ordered all of my shade cloth that I need for the year. I've ordered all of the medication, so to speak, pesticides and fungicides, as well as disease control. I bought all that today. We'll see how long it lasts. I'm thinking probably get till July, end of August with it, and have to recoup, re-up on it and, buy it all again. I try to buy stuff that is as organic friendly as possible, so I buy a lot of stuff from Monterey, especially if it's going to be on things that my family's eating. I try to go as natural as possible. I try to use neem oil if I can. Try to use lavender and peppermint oil and eucalyptus and all that stuff if I can, if it'll get rid of it. But if it does not get rid of it within a day or so, I see no significant, I got to get rid of it quick. It's going to get hammered with 7 or something that's going to take care of the problem, because I cannot afford to lose my food in the name of growing organic, right? I'll grow as organic as I can until such time as needs some pressure put on the pests or the disease or whatever, right? Then I'll hammer away on that with something that's more suitable, that will, take care of it in a timely manner that is not harsh to us, right? So that's that fine line, right? Anyhow, we got next week coming up. It's going to be a big week. Got to plant out several things of different tomatoes. Still got tomatoes to plant, like to start, literally. Like I need to, we're way behind on that part. I should have planted them a week and a half ago when I got those seeds in, and I hadn't. So we're going to plant those tonight. You're not going to see it, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to get them planted. I'm going to start them. I'm going to bring them out to the greenhouse tomorrow and put them out there so they can germinate out there and be productive plants and not have to be hardened off, all right? They'll be later producing tomatoes, but hey, whatever, right? Anyway, I mean, they won't be too late because the other ones are, still kind of babyish, kind of like some of these pepper plants. They're just little, but once you put them in the ground, they take off. So you really won't be too far behind. Anyhow, got all that to do next week. Again, got to till over there, get that stuff ready for the bushel gourd, the marrow, and the field pumpkin. Got to till up the other place up there. We're going to burn trash tonight. Not trash. It's not trash. I call it trash. Guys, it's not trash. It's brush. I use cardboard to start the brush, but it's not trash. I promise. Anyways, got to burn that and get that finished off, all the brush burnt down, and then till all that in, grow my pumpkins over there and stuff for the year. Still got to get the tomatoes and all that for the competitions put in the ground and get them ready. I was going to do the Yo's today, which are the kid competitions. Guys, if you're in the competition, maybe next week we can do a video. I know Scott is in it with his kids, and Doc with his kids. So maybe next week, I think there was like 1 or 2 more. So if you're in it, you know, want to do it, you know, maybe let's do a little video next week. Don't have to be long, just something little. You know, have your kids tell what plant is theirs and what seed it come from. Something simple like that. Post it up. You know, it ain't got to be no long drawn out nothing. Just say, hey, you know, this is my plant and it came from whatever seed, right? And tell their names, right? So, and then anyhow, so we still got to do that. Still got to plant my actual competition ones. Still got to talk to my teammates that I got on the draft. So I got a lot of stuff that I'm way behind, y'all. It just comes up on you so fast, you know. So anyways, trying to think what else there is to do. I still need to prep another bed, another raised bed. Still got to build one of those. Still got to plant stuff up here where the well is at, where we fixed that all up at. I was going to plant there today. Again, just not enough time today. If you get out here and plant, I like to plant late at night or late in the evening because I think the plants do better. Every time I plant in the early morning, the plants kind of look blood during the day. If I plant midday, they really get sick. Usually best thing I can do is plant them at night, late in the evening when the sun's trying to go down, but it leaves you so short of a window. Also got to start cucumbers and squash this evening. All my fruits, like my watermelons and my melons, has got to be started this evening as well. So we'll get that done. But we got to build that raised bed. We got to get it prepped and ready to go. I got carrots to grow in them. I got to fill these trash cans up with dirt so we can grow in those. Some long carrots and stuff. So yeah, we got a lot of work to do. Probably gonna have to buy another dump load of compost from Wellington to do what I got left to do. Got the cantaloupes planted the other night. They're growing and stuff, so hopefully they'll do good and we'll be able to plant those out. Going to try to plant the watermelons out late next week, probably Thursday, Friday time frame for the watermelons to go out in the ground. They're tiny plants. They're not really doing so hot. I don't know what I've done wrong, but they just ain't wanting to grow. I mean, they're just real slow. They're out on the porch, so hopefully they've been hardening off all week, so maybe they'll do better out here. I don't know, but they're just not doing what I think they should be doing. I also started a few more of them, so hopefully if something's going on, something's wrong, we'll be all right. I mean, I literally, like I said, on the 17th of last year, I started butternut seeds and bushel gourd seeds. So, I mean, I should be fine, right? I mean, I should be fine because we're not even at the end of May yet, right? And so anyhow, enough of me gibbering and jabbering and all that bull crap. Action-packed week coming. Going to be trying out new gear while I'm trying to plant and do. And so it's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of bloopers and stuff probably, and a lot of mess ups, a lot of B-roll footage. I don't even know. So it's going to be fun next week. So anyways, guys, we appreciate you watching, and we'll see you tomorrow right here in the hollers and hills of West Virginia.
Don't forget to smash that like button. Hit that notification bell. Don't forget to share.
Thank you, good sir.
You're welcome. And subscribe.